So I'm going to show you how to assemble a slab. So once you guys make your template, which I'm going to steal Robert's here, out of the blue paper, you need to decide how many pieces you're going to need, but I can get to that individually with you guys. So once you've rolled out your clay to what thickness?
Black line.
Black line. You want to make sure that we have these smoothed out, and you can't assemble it right away. You need to hair dry it a little bit. But before that, you want to make sure your slabs are dry or smooth. You want to make sure you're scoring and slipping everything right. But also, we're going to cut the edges with this bevel edge cutter, an angle cutter. So you cut your shapes out the size you want, and then we're going to take this and cut the edges so it's at an angle. Okay? So let's say I did that to this. Let's say I smoothed this out. It's really not that smooth, but you get the idea. I'm going to take this guy. You can find these right up here. And we have a 45-degree angle. So like, you see like there's like a right angle, like an L here. It'll say S on top of it. That's the small side. We're gonna take that and we're gonna put our clay. If this is your clay, we're gonna butt this up like this and just pull it towards ourselves. So if I wanna do it on this side, we're gonna do all the sides. It's right up in the edge and I just pull it towards myself while I support the slab. And you're gonna do that all the way around. It also depends on the piece. So the top edge of your side pieces, you would not make a beveled edge. We don't want to put a beveled edge on a piece that's going to be like this on the top because you're going to see a weird cut angle. Does that make sense? So what I also want to talk to you guys about is the stage of drying that you should have this in. This piece right here is really way too flexible. It's like a step from mud. You can even see it stretches still. This piece here, I can't bend it without risking of breaking it. So I need somewhere between those two things. Like, this is a really nice version that you can use. You can see it's slightly flexible, but like if I bend it too much, it might show cracks. This is your goal. If you're not sure if it's dry enough, let me check it, okay? So now we're gonna bevel edge cut part of this one here. So we have our base, I'm gonna put that off to the side. I'm gonna take my cutter and I'm gonna cut 3 sides, just not the top. So where I'm going to assemble this, what do you think I need to put between these pieces? Score and slip. So we're scoring both sides and slipping one. Fork is usually your good friend with this. It'll go a lot faster. So I'm going to score this new edge. And I'm going to score this bottom edge where I know I'm going to start attaching. And then of course we want to make our slip with a brush that doesn't pop apart. And we're going to slip one of those sides. Again, I'm rushing through this so the quality will not be as good. Also, I should have scored more than that, but you guys should kind of get the idea. So I'm going to take my piece I need to attach. And I'm going to match it up like this, and then gently press the other side so it stays up. You guys can see that edge. Right? Now, the next piece you would attach would be the piece that's closest to this one. Now, why do you think we might want to do here instead of here first?
So that they can like support each other.
Perfect. If we do the piece over here, then over here, it can collapse very easily. But if you do a piece right here, it'll help hold the other piece up. Now, again, time constraints. I'm just gonna kind of cut a piece that I know will fit here. These were scraps from when I had the kids come in for Bring Your Kid to Work Day. All right. Now I'm going to bevel edge. How many sides of this? 3. 1. Leaving the top blank. And then we're going to do our score marks and slip. But we have to make sure we do our score marks and slip up the side edge too. So not just on the bottom, but up the edge. Slip. Taking that piece, lining it up with the edge, the corner piece here, pushing this in, and then I kind of bring my hands together on the, work on paper towel, people, just kind of pushing that together there, okay? Then they're gonna hold each other up really nice. Now, I'm gonna wanna smooth these edges, but also just scoring and slipping is not enough. We're gonna need to add a little coil in here, just like we did for the mugs. So you're gonna make a tiny little piece that's really soft, and we're just gonna paste it in all of the seams, not just the bottom, but the ones that go vertically as well. So I wanna take clay, make sure it's nice and soft, so I'm gonna dip it in a little bit of water, and you don't need to do a big coil at once, because you are smoothing it in, so you're not gonna even notice where it starts or ends. And because this clay is so soft, you do not need to score and slip it. We are fully blending it. So I'm gonna put this piece down here. I'm just kind of pressing it down. And then I'm gonna take my finger and smooth. So again, my hand is behind that, anywhere I'm pushing, so I don't push it off of the base. Okay. And to do the vertical edge, I'm gonna take some clay again, make it soft. Squish it, roll it in your hand. Again, just a little worm. Put that right on the edge here. And my hand is supporting both sides. I'm kind of like just putting my hands against these sides. Place it, kind of wiggle your finger, and then smooth. Okay, you can see that it's smooth here and on the base there. I'm filling in those gaps. Slab containers crack very easily because you're supporting all of these different forms with something that's close to mud. So you have to rely on the fact that you're doing the ones next to each other so they hold each other up. We're scoring and slipping everything. We're reinforcing it with a blended coil. That is when you can also start to smooth your outside. And again, we are supporting one side while we do the other. If your corner's not that clean, what we can do is we can take a metal rib on the flat side and we can just smooth up and down with that sharp edge. But again, making sure your hand is supporting. So my next step would be continue making this base. You do not need to make the lid yet. What we're gonna do is put all the sides and bottom together. Then we're gonna roll another slab and we are going to take our project that's eventually fully assembled, place it on top of that slab and custom cut a perfect size lid. Now this is just the basics of putting a slab container together. You might have different pieces, you might have curves in it. Just remember what you've done in here, like the mugs, other things, how you've attached things together, and they 9 times out of 10 are gonna be applicable to this. Questions? All right, let me know if you guys need anything. Thank you.